Let's see. We good? We good? What's good, everyone on YouTube? It's me again, back with another video, and I know it's been a very long time since I last posted something, but we're back today, and we're actually going to throw it back all the way to 2018. We're going to take a look at a pair of TNs. And if you've ever seen any of my TNs or Air Max Plus videos in the past, you definitely know that this is a shoe that I have a very soft spot for. And there's a funny story how I found these. I was actually looking up the Lava TNs, and just in the shopping tab, there was something called Hot Lava. And ended up looking at this colorway, and I found out that StockX had my size for a very decent price. It was pretty much close to retail. So I figured I'd pick them up, and they actually look really sick in hand. Spoiler alert, I like these shoes. Before we get onto the video, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe down below and hit the bell notification. I don't know if anyone actually hits the bell notifications. And yeah, we'll get on with the video. I'm really good at my call to actions, as you can tell. So today we'll be talking about the Air Max Plus in the Hot Lava colorway. So with the intro out of the way, let's get into the box. So starting off with the box, we have a pretty standard Nike sportswear box. It's in the usual sort of red and white. We've got the huge Nike on the top as well as on each of the sides. And if we flip open the box, we have just pretty standard packing paper, and the shoes are stuffed with pretty standard paper as well. So nothing too crazy, no extra laces, no accessories. It's just what you expect from most Nike shoes. Stingy. If we move to the label, it reads Air Max Plus. So, the retail price on these. This was a US pen. It says the USD retail was $150. At least on StockX, after like shipping and fees and whatnot, I ended up paying 279 Australian dollars for these. I'll put the conversion here. And considering it's been, well, 4 years since this shoe released, to get them DS at that price, I thought was a fair price to pay. So I gotta stop buying shoes. And here we are, the Air Max Plus in the Hot Lava colorway. So while in photos, I definitely noticed this like sort of red triangular pattern that runs across the entire shoe. One thing I noticed first thing when I got it in hand that I never noticed in photos is that this is primarily a black mesh upper that is super porous and pretty airy. So if you look closely, you can see that it's a pretty wide mesh, like lots of black circles. And then the red triangular sort of weave is actually a layer underneath in between all the holes. And just to show how porous this mesh is, when you look from the inside of the shoe, you can actually see through the mesh pretty clearly. I'll shoot some B-roll to show that, but the sunlight goes through it pretty easily, which in turn does make this a very breathable shoe, much more breathable than other TNs of a similar sort of style. But aside from that change of materials with the mesh, the rest of it is a pretty standard affair when it comes to the TN upper if you've ever seen it before. So we've got the traditional veins or lines or trees or whatever you want to call them. And this has a very beautiful white to hot lava sort of fade. And I always feel like a TN is best when there's a fade, at least either on the veins or on the upper mesh. So I'm glad I've got some fades going on here. And then running down the toe, we've got the usual reflective bars. And then on the back, we've got that very signature TN Air logo. This pretty much applies to the entire shoe, even though the shoe is called the Air Max Plus. And then moving down, we've got this sort of felt. I don't believe it's suede or anything, but like we've got this felt material that runs along the mudguard as well as up on the heel. Who the f is texting me? Then moving down to the midsole, this is your very traditional Air Max Plus midsole. We've got like the 4-foot bubbles as well as the heel bubble with various chambers. This features like the tuned air, so you can see those red and yellow pillars. And they're always red and yellow in like literally every pair that's ever been made, no matter what the colorway is. And then the air bubbles are colored in this very nice hot lava color. And you can see the shank plate coming up on the side where it fades from black to a pretty hot pink actually. Then finishing off with the outsole, this is a pretty interesting choice in my opinion. They use this sort of like cool gray outsole, and like there is some slight speckling in it, but I don't think it's supposed to be an intended feature. It's mostly just supposed to be a gray outsole. And I do think it's actually kind of a nice contrast to the rest of the shoe. And you can see that hot pink on the midfoot or sort of like arch plate. And we've got the TN Air logo stamped on the bottom as well. So that pretty much covers the main features of this particular shoe. Aside from that super porous wide mesh, this is really a standard TN in everything else. In terms of sizing, I find that Air Max Pluses have always fit me true to size. I bought these in a US 9.5, which is like what I buy for most things, and they fit me perfectly. So if you're out trying to get some hot lava TNs, I'd probably just recommend going true to size. So I'm typically a US 9.5 in most of my sneakers. I bought these in a 9.5 and they fit me great. If you've been enjoying the video so far, be sure to leave a like down below and let me know what you guys think of this hot lava TN, and if you guys have picked it up in the past and what do you guys think about it. It's been 4 years, so I expect someone to maybe have it. Now in terms of comfort, let's be honest, like this is a shoe from 1998, so like the cushioning setup isn't really going to be anything super insane. If you're someone who's like used to like Vans, Chucks, or even things like Air Force Ones, you will find this is like quite a big step up in terms of comfort. But if you've ever tried any like modern running shoes of like today, this really doesn't measure up. It's fairly stiff, like there is like some compression that happens in the heel, but I really can't say I feel anything in the forefoot. But it's just, you know, a nice sort of like retro running shoe. The upper though, actually, with the change of materials, has actually become much more breathable than a standard TN. I do notice when I wear these, or at least when I've tried them on, that there is a noticeable kind of breeze that I can feel through the mesh. So that's actually quite a welcome change to the upper, and I do think like, you know, for the summertime, this would be an absolute banger and your feet won't sweat as much. And overall, like, you know, the veins don't really do much in terms of like containment or like sort of lockdown. It's more just for looks. So overall, aside from the breathability upgrade, this feels like a pretty standard retro runner. Now I get into the part of the video where I talk about my opinions of this shoe. And to be honest, like I really don't remember actually seeing this colorway in 2018. I'm usually someone who like keeps pretty on top of most Air Max Plus releases, and I don't remember ever seeing these. I don't know if it was a case of if it never reached the Australian shores. If any of my Australian viewers know if these came to Australia, let me know. But I do find that this mesh is quite interesting, especially with these triangular sort of like weaves that sort of give it like almost like a fish scaly look. And while I know there are fish scaly TNs, this is kind of like the closest I'll probably ever get to those. And for me, TNs are usually best when they are in like bold, bright colors, and they usually have some sort of fade on it. And this delivers those in spades, like this hot red or hot lava colorway. And the fade that they've done with the veins from the red to the white, I think just looks really aggressive, and I actually do find this grey outsole to be quite a nice touch to the shoe. There's even a little bit of grey on the aglets, which it's an interesting choice of like different color, but I do think it works quite well with this shoe. So overall, I would just say that, like, you know, considering it's been 4 years and like they were still at retail for me, at least in my size, I actually think this was a really nice addition to the collection. I'll be wearing these very soon. So with that, we've come to the end of another video. So I'd love to hear what you guys think of the Nike Air Max Plus in the hot lava colorway. And out of some like 2018 colorways, which are some of your favorites? If you've seen on the channel already, go check it out. Same year as this shoe, I actually have a review of the Air Max Plus Alternate Galaxies. Probably one of the best Air Max Plus releases ever, in my opinion. Even though it does break traditional sort of fade uppers, I just think it's an absolute banger. Be sure to check out the review. But I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. So like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section down below. And if you're into more dance, sneakers, vlogs, maybe even design, I haven't done a design thing in a while, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Time for the on feet, and I'll catch you guys in another video.